Either. But I'd like to think, Sonny, if I ever got in some type of a bind, you would raise enough money to free Morgan a billboard. I know you would do that, the kind of guy that you are.
He averaged 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks per game in the under-20 Euro Championship. Crowd is on their feet.
I mean,
welcome to SEC play.
Welcome to SEC basketball. Welcome to Kentucky basketball. He's number 44 in white. He's on the block right now. Reeves throws up a runner and misses. Ivišić is a typical European player in a lot of ways in that he's big, but he has a really good outside touch and overall handle.
7-2. I watched him warm up today. He's got a pure jump shot from outside. So my guess would be typical European player, right?
Yep.
Handle it, pass it, shoot it, face it up from outside.
Trey Mitchell whistled for the foul. That's his first.
What a great start by this Bulldog squad.
They more than held their own through the opening stanza plus here.
You start a point guard, Georgia does, and then you bring in the veteran Justin Hill, who will play a lot of minutes. He's very good with the basketball. Again, another guy that takes big shots.
Chiwa gets an offensive rebound. He's guarded by Big Z right now. Drive and blocked by Big Z. His first meaningful moment in a Kentucky uniform. Mitchell spot and fire. Misses everything.
I thought maybe they would reward him on the offensive end.
I thought so too.
Let him establish himself. Let him have a touch.
He was rim running. He got to the other end of the floor quickly. Strong take, stripped of the basketball, out of bounds. Melendez.
Known for his shot blocking, his ability to move his feet and get to the ball. He doesn't buy fakes. Long reach, easy block. We do not see Abdur Rahim take it to the rim that often.
What a story. Big Z. You know, he actually went home, and they told him, you can go home for a couple weeks around the holidays. Go see your family. Take advantage of the time away, and that's going to be a turnover on Georgia.
You know, he lost 20 pounds. Had some stomach illnesses, obviously getting used to American food. A lot of stress in his life, in his world when he came here. But the one thing he said about Kentucky, I love the environment, I love the fans, I've never been coached this way. So when they sent him home, it wasn't like they worried that he wouldn't come back.
No, he never even contemplated quitting or giving up on his dream to play Kentucky basketball.
Good matchup between the two freshman guards, Blue Kane, Garden Shepard. Good block by Chiwa.
Chiwa coming out of nowhere with that rejection. Shepard with 10 on the shot clock. Wings it over to Reeves. Reeves on the take and thunders it home.
Weak side defense, where are you? But again, you get chest to chest with Reeves, what we've seen Antonio do this season, more than he did a year ago. Put it on the floor, take it to the rim.
Clear path to the bucket. Back to a tie ball game, 10-all.
Justin Hill, slow start in his point position. Doesn't look comfortable.
Thomason, a great offensive weapon, but in danger of turning it over here. And Dillingham comes up with the loose change. Ahead to Reeves all the way. Banks it home. Count the basket and a foul.
It starts on one end with a defense. Denial of the basketball and then pick it up and get it to the other end. Let's go back to Antonio Reeves. Not afraid to attack, doesn't sidestep, doesn't Euro step. He takes a straight line to the rim and challenges the defender to get in the way and take a charge. Extremely tough to do.
Third leading scorer in the SEC, one of the top three-point shooters in the Southeastern Conference. And as you mentioned, Sonny, he's added that penetration to his game, much more aggressive now this year. Remember, he was the sixth man of the year last year in the SEC. He is a perennial starter in this, his final campaign in Lexington.
Had the 30 points against Louisville, double figures in every game but one.
Georgia trying to stop some of the bleeding. That won't do it. An air ball fired up by Demery. Mitchell whips it over to Shepard. Spots up for a three. Got it! Reed Shepard came into this game shooting 53% from downtown. And now part of the steal here.
Tough to defend because the two guards out front now for Kentucky have such great range.
Oh, Big Z behind the back to Reeves. Whoa! Showtime from Croatia. Croatia to Lexington. An 11-0 Kentucky run. Look at that emotion. Z is free
and plays with ease. Caught the basketball again. Did not think about finishing it himself.
That's 7-2. 7-2 going behind the back.
And the best part is Reeves finished the play.
That's 2 assists for Big Z in 3 minutes.
And a block shot.
And a block shot. I'd say he's not too...
At both of those places, which is important. Sometimes you might get a portal guy that hasn't been well coached.
Bad habits.
Yep, and it can throw things to your team that you have to fix throughout the whole season.
I think we've seen that in a couple of cases. The portal can help you. It can also hurt you if you don't get the right combination of guys.
Keep an eye on Z. He's a face-up guy, can knock in jump shots.
Big Z for 3. Are you kidding me? Unreal. Already a couple assists, a block, and now a tray. Have yourself a debut, Big Z. And a block. Another block. I think it's safe to say 44 in white is going to be a fan favorite.
I think on my ride to the airport tomorrow, his face will be on the buses,
maybe on the airplane.
Big Blue likes the big fella from Croatia. Spot up, shoot it, block shots, do everything on his opening night for this Wildcat team. On one end offensively, on the other end defensively, this Wildcat team off to a great night.
All right, this is turning into like a Hollywood script here. Here's this young man out of Croatia who's been waiting for months to become eligible. He's played 3 minutes. He's got a behind-the-back assist. He's got 2 blocks. He's got a steal. And he's also got his first three-pointer. All of that in 3 minutes and 12 seconds. I'd say Big Z has been up to the occasion, John Sunvold.
And Big Blue Nation, he talked before that he'd love being here. And he appreciated the fans. What about after tonight? What a start. We thought he might get, what, Mike, 4 or 5 minutes?
4 or 5 minutes. Be happy if he could get a shot off. Hopefully it hits the rim. There's got to be some rust, some conditioning. We all know there's regular shape and there's basketball shape. He doesn't look winded. He certainly looks like the game is coming to him rather easily so far.
Well, we do know he's always been a star at every level he's played at. And he got here, and all he had to do was wait to be eligible and wait and wait and wait. We talked about the fact that he lost pounds, he was stressed, a lot of things going on, but probably no better coach to play for than Coach Cal, who would understand all that, send him home, let him come back, and what a night he has put on so far.
How about what Coach Cal is dialing up here? Twin tower action. You got 7-1 Bradshaw, 7-2 Big Z. Wagner slashing, throws it up there and flips it in.
Tough shot because he went across his body, took off his right leg with the right arm, right shoulder. Very difficult.
Great ball movement, Abdur-Rahim. That one rattles off. Chiwa battling down low and bought Georgia another possession. That's all hustle by the big man, Russell Chiwa.
Odd to say Chiwa at 7 feet looks small around Big Z. But again, he's got such girth, Chiwa, he'll be able to push Z underneath.
Yeah, he can carve out space against anybody in this league. What great big men in the SEC this year. You think of Tolu Smith of Mississippi State.
And great to see him back.
Fade and fire, good-looking shot, but it rings off for Thomason.
Well, Z's got great hands, you can just see it.
Not Big Z again, that's a deep 2. And that's another long-range jumper knocked down, and Big Z says, hey, you're going to leave me open, I'm going to bury it.
Talking to Jack Evans, and great Jack Evans, he said before the game he might be our best shooter.
Wow. Strong take by Thomason. He gets off to Schneid. He was 0 for 4 from the field before that bucket. As we approach the 6.5-minute mark of this first half, Kentucky up by 11. Dillingham to Big Z again, no hesitation. My goodness! goodness! What in the world? Big Z putting on a clinic in this first half.
So is it crazy that I just high-fived Jack Evans over there on the radio? This is nuts.
This is truly bizarro world stuff. This kid hasn't played a minute in his college career. How about another rebound for Big Z? 9 points, 3 boards, 2 blocks, and a steal.
If he makes another one, Cal might just sit down.
This crowd won't. They're all standing here at Rupp Arena. Another sellout in Lexington. They haven't played a home game on a Saturday in over a month. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yes! Again, Big Z! And an one on the other end, or is it? I can't tell. This crowd is so frenzied over the performance by Ivišić.
Absolutely unbelievable what we are witnessing. First ball game ever in the States. He's stepping out, but give his teammates credit. They keep finding it. Wagner with his third assist in a row deep in the corner. Wow, what a reaction by this crowd.
Sonny, we've seen a lot of great things over the years. It's hard to just kind of wow us. But when you haven't played a minute of college basketball, you come in your much anticipated debut. You play 5 minutes, you go 4 for 4 from 3, 12 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, and 2 blocks.
Again,
please.
He said, I love the environment, I love the fans. That was before he played a minute.
Yes.
Wait till tonight when he leaves this building.
I mean, NIL or not, he's never paying for another drink or meal in Lexington again, that's for sure.
What a night. What a start.
They are actually...
Look at his teammates.
Yeah. Everybody's smiling ear to ear. And again, everybody in Rupp Arena is on their feet. They're not sitting down. They're just absolutely amazed. Sunvolt, I am Mike Morgan. John, we talk for a living. It's very seldom that either one of us are speechless. Free Big Z, that's what happened in the first half, and what he did has left me speechless.
Z is free, so to speak,
is free.
Right? I mentioned start of the game. I was calling over here, it's kind of like circus atmosphere because of how electric the offense is. Little did I know that the circus was even bigger than I could imagine. And what we saw in the first half from big number 44 was so much fun and so much entertaining and really took everybody by surprise. I mean, legendary Jack Evans sitting next to me on the radio.
Shepherd and Dillingham have taken over for Kentucky. It's going to be a pick your poison for opponents throughout the rest of the year.
Utmost confidence each guy has. Down the stretch of a game, we've seen Dillingham do it all season. We saw the massive free throws with a smile on his face that were delivered against A&M by Shepherd.
Clutch, to say the least. Wagner on another drive and another bucket. They can't stop it.
Really can't. And tonight he's really favored going left.
And a great take on the other end by Demery, hooping the harm. A chance for 3 the hard way when we come back. And
Sam was such a great player, but as we all know, he had the injuries his entire career.
Yeah, that's
back in this is aging everything, but in 1979, the high school class, the big 3: Ralph Sampson, Sam Bowie, and Steve Stepanovich, a 7-foot center that I played with at Missouri. Those were the big 3. But that class was James Worthy, and I mean the list goes on. Doc or Dale Ellison. I'm trying to think Kentucky. If I go back, it was Hurt, Horde, Minifield, and Bowie were the 4 guys coming into Kentucky. All McDonald's guys. And
Minifield has one of the best college dunks I've ever seen. It pops up every now and then. It's on YouTube, and it's remarkable.
Fabulous lead guard for the Wildcats for 4 years.
Dillingham just picked up his 3rd foul, although with the depth on this Kentucky squad, I don't know if they're ever going to have to worry about foul trouble, because there's always, Cal can always go to a plan B that's really not a plan B. It's more like a plan 1B.
Well, such a high-octane team, you think, okay, where are the weaknesses? Okay, maybe some rebounding at times. They're not a wide team, right? They're tall, but not as much girth inside. We saw against A&M, they had a hard time with the high pick and rolls, the freshman guards against veteran guards that could turn the corner or make jump shots. Boy, they scored again. Same play, same result, second layup from underneath out of bounds. You rarely see one, let alone two.
And Melendez off a trampoline on the two-hand stuff. Turnaround jumper. That's who Mike White said is the guy that impresses him the most is Trey Mitchell. All the things that he does for this team.
Veteran player, calm, cool, collected, can rebound, can shoot it, can pass. And when you read all the stories, he is the guy that's the true leader for especially the young players.
Came from West Virginia. There's Shepard on a steal. He leads the league in steals. Ahead to Reeves. And a beautiful finish with the left.
Shepard has such a great feel and understanding of the game. Scouting report knows where the players are going, where plays are going, makes the finishes.
They will wave off the basket. A foul down low. Steven Anderson immediately waved it off. The foul is on Chiwa.
Basketball recognition. Here comes the steal and how quickly the ball comes out to a guy in front of you. Some will hesitate. Some players don't see it. Shepard sees everything, responds, makes the play easy.
We have an official review, and that'll give us a moment to kind of reflect, John. You and I have seen a number of highly talented Cal teams over the years. #1 ranked recruiting classes. McDonald's All-Americans all over the place. But there's just something that seems to be unique and special about this squad. They haven't made it to the second weekend of the tournament since 2019, which is hard to believe. This team seems like they could certainly make a deep run.
Well, we know Cal is demanding. And what's great about this squad is that when I've watched, and we see them play, they're so unselfish.
Yeah.
That's always hard to get when you've got the great talent and the McDonald's guys. And the mixture, and I'll say it for the teams I've watched, the mixture of young and old. Give me some veterans who've been around that are the stable pieces, and the young talent that Kentucky has with the mix of a Trey Mitchell, Antonio Reeves. Now they've got night in, night out. You're not sure what you might get from the 18-year-old, but the 22 and 23-year-old can carry you through some bumps.
That's right. And again, there's been other teams that maybe have rebounded better, but other than that, this team is the best passing team we've seen in a while, the best three-point shooting team we've seen in a while. They've got size, they've got speed, and they've got depth.
And here's what the SEC will do. They will challenge this team throughout this season, in conference season, to get them ready for the NCAA tournament. They'll have to go to Tennessee. I don't know the schedule, I haven't looked, but if they play at Tennessee, any of these places that are tough. They lost at A&M, right? They were challenged by an older team. Shepard, another bucket.
Unreal.
Doesn't miss many.
He came in 53% from downtown. He's 3 for 3. So the math, I don't know. He's got to be flirting with 60% from behind the arc. Ridiculous.
I was kidding him before the game, along with his coach, John Welch, legendary NBA coach, as they were working on shooting. I said, don't hit the rim. And he kind of looked at me and said, no, don't hit the rim. Count hitting the rim a miss. Then you change your thought process on shooting.
Reeves.
Wow.
Goodness.
Wow.
Just heat check threes all over. It's raining threes in Lexington, and a timeout called by Georgia. Wildcats. By the way, speaking of game day, on the men's side, ESPN Game Day will be in Fayetteville next week when Kentucky comes to town. Goes to show you the power of Kentucky, because obviously that is the main draw right now.
So I'll say this about the Arkansas team, and I was flying into Fayetteville, sitting next to a young Arkansas fan, and we got talking. He was really dejected about his team.
Yeah.
I said, here's what you have to remember. That same group, they beat Duke. There's a capability of that squad.
Absolutely.
They're not there right now.
No.
They're struggling in every form, but it's the same group of guys that beat Duke and is capable of turning some things around.
The word that comes to mind, which does apply to Kentucky, and maybe not so much there, is connected. You've got to be connected, and I believe because Big Z connected on an elbow, they're about to give him a flagrant one. So add that to the first for that young man's career.
Check all boxes
tonight. Check all boxes tonight.
Check them all. Don't get thrown out, but check every box. So there's Z. Now I'm not going to defend Z because that's an elbow. He is 7'2".
Right.
He hit a guy that's 6'5", which would be elbow height.
Yes.
Like if you were going to normally block out.
I know where you're coming. I know where you're coming from.
Now, he deserves it. I get it.
By the letter of the law, it's the right call.
Yeah, difficult if you're blocking out and you put your elbows up because it's chin high.
Right.
It's a reason, Mike. I never went in that colored lane when I got in the NBA. No, because my face was at their elbow height.
Yeah.
There was no sense.
You were a shooter. You didn't need to mix it up in the paint.
You big guys handle the stuff.
Right.
Kick it out and let's go. Just kick it out.
Have to keep that face pretty for your trips to the mansion. Free throw is missed by Demery.
Toughest shot in basketball is when you're all by your lonesome on that free throw line because you're used to people in the lane to the side of you.
Not to mention, as that one crawls in.
They did a lot of arch on that.
You've got a rowdy crowd, and we'll play the comments for you in a few moments about Coach Cal imploring this Kentucky fan base, which there's no better in the land. They know the game, they love the game, they show up for the games. But he wants them to be loud and rowdy too, not just enough to show up. And I tell you what, today they have been loud, they have been rowdy, and they have made their points clear as day. That's a silencer by Abdur-Rahim as he gets back in a rhythm, his fourth three-pointer.
Yeah, Jabri for another three. He is a guy that can really catch and shoot, and he worked so hard this summer, and Mike White just praises the fact of his leadership.
Georgia zoning up Kentucky, a popular strategy in years past when Kentucky has not been a great three-point shooting team. Strong take, high up the glass, and a foul drawn by Justin Hill.
Jabri Abdur-Rahim comes in this ball game shooting over 41% from three. He's got unlimited range, so teams in the SEC know they got to get to him. But what he does well, Mike, he moves without the basketball, finds openings, and creates the distance so he can get a shot off.
Well, and you mentioned one of the key wins for Georgia. So they're 3-0 before this game on the road. One of 5 teams in all college basketball undefeated in true road games. In Tallahassee against Florida State, a team off to a red-hot start in ACC play, by the way. Abdur-Rahim, they were down 17 at timeouts called. It was Abdur-Rahim telling his team, we can win this game, stay with it. That was a signature moment for Georgia basketball. Both free throws missed, and then an offensive foul on Georgia. That'll go against Anselm-Eby. First foul on him right now. It's just hard if you're Georgia. If you're not making shots, you can't stop Kentucky. It's going to be real hard to make a comeback here.
I listened to Mike White's press conference this week back home in Athens before they left Kentucky. He knew how good Kentucky was. But he said, hey, we have to catch some breaks, got to make some shots. Ball has to bounce our way. It hasn't really happened tonight.
No, it hasn't. What has happened is more incredible execution by Kentucky's offense. Shepard on the last dime to Mitchell. Now Reeves on the attack. Reeves all the way. Blocked. Great block by Anselm-Eby. Big Z wheeling and dealing. Missed the dunk though. He wanted the foul. Here comes Kane on the other end. Abdur-Rahim on a three. He got fouled. Count the basket. A chance at a 4-point play. And maybe that opens the door a little bit for the Georgia Bulldogs.
I think Coach Cal wanted a foul on the spin move by Z. Z with the spin move and didn't finish it at the rim.
He just got teed up.
Here's a spin.
He wants the foul on Anselm-Eby.
I'm going to really age myself. I'd like a spin move like Earl to Pearl Monroe. We are going all the way back.
You are reliving the 80s as we speak. You start singing some Men Without Hats songs, some one-hit wonder specials. Come on, Eileen, break out the cassette tape. I know it's back in your Camaro back in Missouri.
Camaro. That's a good one. My 67 Mercury Monterey, that's what that was.
Put those parachute pants back in the attic. You're not going to need to wear them anytime soon. Although this morning it would have been a good time for anything that would.
Cold here or what?
Oh my goodness!
Although I live in Missouri, it's the same temperature.
1 degree is what we woke up to this morning.
Here's what we like in the Midwest: we like snow in the grass, so the streets are clear.
Yep.
But we do not like the 0 degrees.
Yes.
You get up to 25, you're good. 30, that's fine.
That's right.
Not 0.
Well, it's going to warm up to about 60 by the end of this week here in Lexington.
They'll be in shorts and short sleeve shirts.
That's right. Mitchell carving out space. He gets an and one. Kentucky's offense unstoppable again. Wildcats up big.
Everybody wants to have engaged fans. I just walked into that arena. This Georgia game, I want it to sound, when I went to the Philadelphia Phillies playoff game, folks, I got chills. It was so loud and people were so engaged. I want that Georgia game to feel that way.
Well, Coach Cal, I would say mission accomplished. This crowd, as the kids like to say, has been lit here tonight. There's a lot of great home court advantages throughout the Southeastern Conference. None better than Rupp Arena when it's not only full, but the fans are completely engaged. And John Sundvall, that has been what they have been since the opening tip.
They've got a team that they love to watch play. It is entertaining, it's electric, it's exciting. Almost a little old-fashioned basketball the way they pass the ball. They don't do as much. Wagner does, but the rest of them don't do as much off the bounce as we see a lot of teams and players do.
Not a lot of isolation. Guys are popping passes, looking for the open man. Just seems like a different installment of Kentucky offense this year. Abdur-Rahim, he's been the best option tonight. And that's going to be an over-the-back foul. Excellent.
Time now to welcome him into the show. Zvonimir Ivišić joining us now. Look, we know we're going to talk to you a lot, okay, over the coming year or years. So first things first, pronounce your first and last name for us so we never get it wrong.
Zvonimir Ivišić.
Zvonimir Ivišić.
One more time.
Zvonimir Ivišić.
Okay.
Zvonimir Ivišić. Beautiful.
What was it like the first shot you took and made in front of the 20,000 people in your first game at Rupp Arena?
To be honest, I was nervous. I was really nervous. So when it went in, I was happy, and I don't know. That's it. I was excited. It was fun. I enjoyed it. That's it.
When you found out you were going to be eligible to play, what was the message from Coach Cal to you?
We cried. We both cried, and then
I love that.
And then we started jumping in his office. That's it.
Ivišić, who jumped? Did you jump in Cal's arms or did Cal jump in your arms? How did that go?
I just started jumping because I was happy and excited. I just started jumping like crazy.
Okay, now I have to ask you, playing in Croatia, growing up playing there, playing against other pros, did it prepare you for a moment like this with the crowd and the atmosphere and the competition? How did it prepare you for the competition of SEC play?
Well, I think it prepared me pretty good. I was feeling confident. Tonight, I had a really fun time. I think I was prepared pretty good.
Yeah. There's no question about it. No. So we saw a little bit of everything. We saw you hit the three. We saw some passing. We saw some steals. We saw an elbow. Okay? We saw you hang on the rim after a dunk. What's your most memorable moment from this first game?
I don't know, just teammates being proud of me and happy for me because I played, I became eligible, and that's it.
We're all happy for you, buddy.
Yeah,
definitely.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Hey, congratulations to you, man. We look forward to watching you and talking more about you and this team.
Thank you, appreciate you.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.